This is somewhat of an unusual video for me, but I want to try it out because I have seen a guy on YouTube do it. And so today I'm going to show you all the maintenance and stuff I have to do to my fish tanks and upkeep, as well as some new additions that I'm adding into some of them. So recently I added a piece of wood into here, and it kind of made it into a blackwater tank. Not quite, but you can definitely see it. And I'm gonna take some out, and right now I'm currently working on transitioning this tank into RO water, or like semi-RO water, because I got shrimp in here and I'm transferring. I gotta slowly do it so it doesn't overwhelm their systems. And so I'm gonna take some water out and add some of the RO water in. This tank actually doesn't have a sponge filter yet, and so I'm gonna add a sponge filter and take out some of the decaying matter, and then add some of the RO water. Okay, so while I was cleaning this one, I noticed there was a lot of planaria, which I've been treating for it a lot and it hasn't been going away. So looks like I'll have to do a higher dose and hopefully it'll clear up. But I took some sticks out. I'm gonna use it for a build in the future. And this one has a top cover, so when the bubbles from the bubbler go up, it doesn't go everywhere. And so I think I'll have to go to Menards or someplace and get some of this so I can use that filter, or else I can't use it, or else it'll ruin the lights. And so that's for these tanks. As you can see, it's a little bit overgrown. The water lettuce has taken over the top, and so this maintenance definitely needs a little bit of maintenance. And I'm gonna add some more plants after I take it out. Some dwarf sagittaria, java fern, and I can't remember this second. So the tank is cleaned up and time to add some plants. This is the first plant I'll be adding. Pretty sure it was grown immersed, and so leaves might fall off, but it's already got some new growth since I put it in those tanks down below. So I'll plant, I don't know how many, like 5 of these, probably like right here. And then I'll put some java fern in. What else was I gonna put in? Oh yeah, and the dwarf sage. Okay, I added the plants, but they look a little silly right now. They'll stand up. Down there, they were laying sideways. They were floating on the surface, and so they grew kind of sideways a little bit. You know how they plants go towards the light, and that's kind of what happened. So hopefully in a few days those will perk up and look better. Here I added the Java fern. I was going to add more, but then I thought I could use it on the setup that I'm about to make. And then I added one piece of dwarf sedge and then 2 more there. They seem to do really well, and I don't know what I do, but for some reason dwarf sedge and like Vallisneria do really well in my water. And so give it a month and I bet half the foreground will be taken up with the plant. Okay, so I planted those in the tank. And so for every plant I do, I like to put them in an immersed setup just in case these don't make it. And so I got a few leaves and right here. I got a piece of the plant right there, and then I got a little Java fern right here. And I'll put this in there as well. And it's also kind of a fun experiment to see if it'll grow, but it's also kind of protecting it if it doesn't do well in my tank. Okay, so this is my immersed setup. I have some saran wrap over a 30-gallon tank that I wasn't using, and I just put some plants in here. Right now I have Hydrocotyle, Boos, Dwarf Sagittaria, Monte Carlo, Moneywort, what else? And just like 4 different types of cryptocorn. So it's kind of just like an assortment. It's kind of like my backup plan. Okay, the final step of maintenance is this. This is my DIY CO2, and it's just ran out, and so it's barely even going. And so I need to replace this, and then the CO2 will get going again. I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so pretty much this old bottle, I will reuse it, but we set it aside and we'll use it sometime else. Here's another bottle. You just reuse the same ones. Like I use 2 bottles and I switch it out every 3 weeks. Pretty much gelatin, sugar mixture. And so this has been in the fridge for a little while. And then I'll add to this 4 cups of water. It doesn't have to be exact, it's fine. And then 2 grams of yeast, which I'm gonna measure out right here. Alright, that's 2 grams of yeast. Make sure the water is kind of warm when you add it, or else the yeast won't be able to react. So I put the yeast in, and then I add just a pinch of sugar. Maybe a little bit more than a pinch. Just to get it started. And then I give it a mix. And just pour it in the bottle. And then we'll connect it back with that tube. Okay, so now I just connect it back on, and hopefully within the next hour it'll start bubbling. And you should be able to see like foam or bubbles begin to appear, and that means it's working. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks, I'll replace it with that other bottle, and it's just a cycle. It's really easy. It takes like, yeah, right there. It took me less than 5 minutes. Okay, so this is a few days later. The cories from this big tank actually spawned after that water change. And so I took as many eggs as I could because the other fish were eating them, and I put them down here. And so hopefully in the next update video, I'll have some baby catfish. Thanks for watching.